Hi, we are live.
We are.
Okay, welcome. We'll take just a second and let people jump on. What's this? I'm going to play around with stuff while we do that, while we
Okay.
wait. Okay, there's a
Nice.
welcome. There's this, but this only runs for how long? Rename, hide. Look at stream. Okay, so there's that. Oh, we're not thanking you yet. We'll be right back. Okay, hi guys. Anyone who's watching from Patreon, go ahead and click on the YouTube logo and it'll bring you into the stream. And hi. We're going to get to your question first. Hi, Brianna. Hi, Jody. Hi, Kim. Oh, look at your little picture, Kim.
I know, it's
feel
cute.
like that's new-ish.
That
I know
does look new.
it does look new, right?
To me,
Hi,
yeah.
Carmen. Hi, Carmen. Oh, we're going to share. Hi, Juan. We're going to share Carmen's story tonight. I think you saw it, the psychic dream she had before our show, where there was all the women sitting around a table. And do you remember that, Harlow?
No.
I think you commented on it. You commented on the
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I remember.
You're turning into me.
I know.
Oops. Oh, sorry, you guys. I got excited. I don't know how to take the thank you off. Hold on. The welcome. I want to take the welcome off. Ruh-roh. Where is that? Breaking news. Welcome. Okay. Okay. Now, Jody. Hi, Jody's. Jody's comment just stuck up there. Daisy's mom. Hi, Violet. Violet, we were talking about you. You might be getting a visitor. All right, tonight Q&A. Let's start. We've got an action-packed show. We've got some really interesting questions, and yeah, so let's just jump in. Let's start with our first one for the night. We are going to start with Laura. That's the question I sent you, Harlow.
Okay, you ready for me to read that one?
Yep, we do have Laura in the comments. I have Laura's email pulled up so I can check out the picture she sent me when you're ready.
Okay. She says, I have been struggling with bad physical and mental health for a long time now, after having been in perfect shape and super sharp mentally for at least 3 years. It feels like all my progress is gone from one day to another. I feel completely blocked and just so sad. Things keep happening around me and just won't stop. I feel like it has to do with something on the outside, someone else's energy. I feel like something is following me and like it took control of me. I'm from Paraguay and I don't know how to pronounce that. Pay culture. Witchcraft is practiced a lot here. Sorry if I butchered that. I keep getting hurt in stupid, improbable ways, like tripping and cutting my knee open on a rock, or stepping on a nail and it going through my foot. My fingers keep getting infected. All of these things are followed by constant nightmares.
Okay, so Laura, how long have you lived in this house? I'm not really feeling it. Interesting. Your house is really cool. I'm not feeling an attachment, but I am feeling something specific in this one picture. Looks like maybe it's a room, and like maybe you took a picture of the closet with the mirror. And It feels more like an overall this feels like a bigger conversation, a longer conversation for us to have. It feels more so about experiencing the energies that are moving through your home that aren't necessarily bad or attachments, combined with the energies of the land that you live on. I don't there may be an energy in what looks like the master. There may be a specific energy in that other room I described. Um, but I'm feeling like you are experiencing overall energies that are having a cumulative effect more than it's one spirit, one being. It feels like the heaviness that you're experiencing that's causing a physical reaction is more of an accumulation. So I don't know if you've heard me talk about the 5 steps to consciousness. That's going to be obviously where you'll start, and I can post those here or send them to you, or I can do both. And learn what those will do will help you navigate the energies that are moving around the home, moving around the land, energies that are just what we experience when we deal with humans. I'll give you an interesting example. I was just at a family gathering, and everyone was in a good space. It was good. It was happy. It was fine. But by the end of it, everyone's exhausted and wiped out and needs to lie down. And it's because, and no one was drinking. It wasn't anything like that. But it's just because being around people, whether it doesn't matter if the person's good or bad, you pick up, everyone carries energy. And if it's not yours, you're going to feel it. It's like you're wearing everyone's jacket, and then you have to have a way to remove everyone's jacket. It doesn't have to be a big ceremonial thing. It can just be a quick saging or whatever to manage the energies that you encounter. But this is a daily practice. This is conditioning the body to be able to hold energy, to be able to manage moving through it. So the body has to be strong, the intuition has to be strong. And we have to be in the space of realizing that these energies don't happen to us. They really more so move through us, and how you're navigating what's moving through you so you're not feeling victimized by it or overwhelmed by it. Now, like I said, when I gave that example, we can all hold energy for a certain amount of time, and after a few hours, anyone and everyone needs to recharge. You need to plug your phone in, you need to plug you in again. So I really feel like it's more so that accumulation. If we do a session together, we might find more specific energies that are definitely causing issue and clinging and maybe draining that need to be removed. But you can start with the 5 steps when I send those. If I forget to send them, please remind me. And then you can let me know how that's working. And if it's not working, then we can set up a session from there. But overall, your home doesn't have bad energy. I see the picture. I believe it's your mother that you sent me. There's nothing there. I don't feel any witchcraft or anything like that being done to you purposely, or anyone purposely putting anything on you, as much as it's circumstantial. And like I said, the land that this house is on and the home itself has some really cool energy. But when there's cool energy there can also be energy that can be a little annoying. So yeah, you have a great household. It's really cool. All right. Any questions? Let's see. Here she is. She's lived there my whole life. Since you were born, you're 23. Got it. That's where your grandmother died. Okay. The mirrors room. Yeah, it was, let me see. I don't think it was the mirrors room, because I recognize, let me look up. Hold on. I'm looking one more time. Not the room with all the mirrors on it, and like you can see the bed. You took a that looks like that looks like the master. Okay. Maybe it is the room that you're referencing. It just is it's the brown floors and then the brown like closeting, and then there's just one closet door open and there's a mirror, just a stand. That room, I'm not sure which room that is. But that would be one I would sage that I would sage a little bit more. It might be your room.
Yeah, that's my room. Yeah.
That's your room. Okay. If you're not familiar with how to cleanse the space, buy yourself some sage or rosemary, whatever you are aligned with, and you'll move. For you, I would move counterclockwise. And I can send you a little something to say if you don't have something. But again, I'm not feeling like it's like this massive cleansing you need. And then, like I said, Laura, remind me because I get busy if I don't remember to send you this stuff, and I'll send it after. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Laura.
That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're having so many physical issues. It makes you think, that's for sure.
Yeah. And at 23, I think I have to say it's common. Assuming obviously there isn't underlying medical stuff going on, it's not going to be uncommon for especially young females, to be coming into their power, coming into their psychic skill sets, and having it affect us physically. Because a lot of times if it doesn't affect us physically, then we don't know that it's there, we don't address it, and so it has to sort of yell at us to say, hey, we're here, let's deal with this. You're picking up on stuff, let's deal with it. So I'm sure that's where a lot of it is coming from, if not the bulk of it. All right. Who's next?
That's the only question I had.
Oh, I thought you had a second question that you were going to bring.
Oh, if you want to hear mine?
Yeah.
I was thinking about something last night because we've done a lot of shows about aliens. And I don't think I've ever heard it addressed before. My thought was, do aliens have ghosts?
You mean like, do they experience paranormal activity like we do?
Yeah, or are there ever any ghosts of aliens? Is it a dimensional thing, or is it?
That's a really good question. It would depend on the vibration that they are at, but because most are not restricted to the physical body that they are in, they're already moving in and out of dimensions. So there's already an awareness of all beings and energies around them that aren't in body. So in a sense, though, yes, actually, it's humans that are transitioning or unsure. They will appear to them, but to them, the appearance is again understood. So it's not so much a ghost as much as there's a consciousness that is communicating with them, that is remembering being in body as an ET or as a human, that type of thing. It's humans that are just, excuse me, but so dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's not even possible for an alien to get stuck somewhere like humans do.
Well, but if you think about it, we talk about how if we've all come from past, present, future lives, we have parallel lives running. If we have been ETs before, what was your question? The one you just asked?
Oh, getting stuck. Aliens getting stuck somewhere.
Oh, so what are you referencing when they die specifically?
Yeah. Compared to humans, yeah.
Yes. So what I'm feeling is, yes, they can, because when their consciousness chooses to leave that body, if it's going to choose to come back through a lower vibration, then there can be like one of these things, right? But if it's a higher consciousness leaving a higher consciousness body, then obviously no. But if it's sort of a mid-level to, lower, and they're still finding their sea legs almost, then yeah. That ET, which we were supposed to revisit that.
Yeah, I still have it on my list. But that
Okay,
ET
good.
was messed with. He was pretty weak.
And he was in physical form. Yeah.
Yeah,
On a
exactly.
planet that wasn't his.
Hmm.
Come on, Violet.
No, but that makes sense.
For those that are watching, we know Violet, so we can tease her. Yeah, well, and what's also interesting about Violet's comment is how he was so in his physicality. You know what I mean? He was very much like we were, where you're like, I can't behave like how I normally do, where I can navigate in and out of this body. I can't get out of this body. Oh my God.
I'm sure it had something to do with the fact that he even got captured in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a really good question. And I love that Violet has not let us forget about that little guy. So obviously we're going to be revisiting that. That's obviously
We can do that next week.
Yeah, that sounds like it'll be important to do. Good question. I love that question.
Yeah, I'd never heard anyone discuss that before.
No, you're right. No one has. I got a glimpse of a shadow the other day while cooking dinner. It made me jump. Interesting.
That's when they're so alarming or surprising, when you get them when you're in the middle of doing something and it's just real quick.
Mm-hmm. Brianna, did you feel like it was ET? Did you feel like it was something else? Did you, when you feel it out, what did you think? I know. I love that, Violet, you're worried about him. I think there's obviously a reason for that. You've been doing shadow work too. Oh, good for you. Okay, well that'll have something to do with it. Yeah. Interesting. I feel like, Brianna, before we sort of analyze it, I feel like you're still experiencing it. So not that whatever it is right next to you, although it feels more like it might be a version of you. So I feel like bring us back to this in a couple weeks, because it's like it's like, if someone's making a wedding dress and they are just in the middle of sewing it and someone's like, let me see, and they're like, there's nothing to show you, like it's just fabric, let me show you when I'm done. And I feel like that's where you're at. Like, let's talk about it. You're not done yet. When you're moving through this, we'll know to talk about it. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Okay, so I have wait, what did she say? Oh yeah, I know, I never thought of it either. It's a good question. So tonight we have a little bit of a compilation, and the question is, are these related? And these are all famous incidents that I think everyone's already heard about, that haven't gone away. And so the question is, are they related? And
it's interesting now too, because even though it's been so long now, especially on TikTok, the Miami Mall incident is popping back up. I'm seeing new videos about that now. So It hasn't gone away.
Right? No, I don't think any of these have gone away, really. But the Miami Mall, so the Miami Mall one, I'm going to do a stitch on it after tonight, after we do this. But, that one has been sitting there, and I knew when the time would be right to read it, that the time was coming, but it's been a few years.
It has. And the other day, I back to back saw 2 videos about it. It's like, whoa, there it is again.
Yeah, when you sent it to me, then I was like, okay, we got to do this. I don't know that I'm going to get into a full read tonight of that specific case, as much as I'm going to see if these 3 are aligned. So just check out the video, you guys.
But I am telling you right now, that There's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
I'm here to tell you what happened to me on May 1st, 2023. I just want to tell you what happened to me and my family. Keep in mind, this is midnight and I'm fixing a truck in my backyard. At this point, I'm only with my brother and I hear something fall from the sky. I turn around, the only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact fall. And me and my brother looked at each other and we were scared, but when the impact happened, it was sort of like a shock wave. Like an out-of-body experience. So to say, when I tried to look at the object, it was all blurry, not my vision, but only the backyard area. And I hear thousands of footsteps around me, and maybe a couple seconds later, the blurriness was gone. And here's the footage of the body, the police officer's body cam, and here's the object I'm referring to, the light. Video. Here's a Ring camera video. You can hear the bang. This is around the neighborhood. So when that happened, the only thing I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8-10 feet tall, very thin. So I called my dad. He went to the backyard and he saw the same thing, the same creature I saw. He told me to go inside the house. At this point, we all freaking out, me and my family. And here's the video where we were in the backyard area. You cannot see it too good, but on camera, but it's there. Here's the video.
¡Ay! ¡Regresar! Calmungaré la mercancía les va eso. Cáelo, cherro, que chile. Cáelo, cherro.
My brother tried to record. Everything turned off.
A loud explosion. That's what
there was a lot of
everybody in there.
everything turned off.
Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside. Sound like firecrackers or something. I look back, no cap, yo. No cap. I look back. It looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time. Like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like these dudes start firing at this. Get outside, mad police, all that.
So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, my sister and my nephew. And then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store, just running out in a direction. So, you know, as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, you know, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew. A few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic. So he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not going to say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew everyone. All of us stopped in our track. We, you know, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. I mean, there were other people running. You know, there was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching, not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, you know, unveiled or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all 3 of them. And then, you know, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But, yeah, I was about like 20 feet away and they were just standing there. And the thing that was a little bit weird, but it was clearly like observing us. When you see something paranormal, that's different. Because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. Two people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is like, it ain't to like take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it going to hurt me or my family? That was my first number one priority.
Wow. What is he looking at? Oh, he was.
He's my little alien catcher.
Yeah.
Hi, little Larry. What are you doing, little boy? Okay, I wanted to get into this. The mall heading to Blue Moon. Are you talking? Is she talking? Or maybe you know Harlow. Are we talking about the Miami Mall, or are we talking about which mall? Oh, you're muted.
No, that's not to my knowledge. I think that's a different place.
This is interesting. Okay. So the person that the woman saw in the plane is something different. Now, and I can come back to that in a sec. The two ET incidents, they seem to be similar when they describe them. There's a similarity to them from the Vegas and the Miami Mall. Oh, I don't know where that is, but this is interesting. Huh. Interesting. That's interesting. I feel like what you were feeling here, Moon Fairy, is the same experience that woman had. That you're experiencing something that is showing itself as human, but you are able to see that it's not fully, but it is taken on a human identity. And for some reason, when I keep thinking about this, not thinking about, when I see this woman in the plane, I see someone sitting there like really upright, tall, and like, I swear she can, there, like his tongue, the lizard tongue is coming out of the mouth.
Whoa.
And then he like turns his head, and then it happens, and then he like turns his head. But the thing is it's like he was couldn't control this morphing in and out. Was he a walk-in? Yes. But not everyone can see these. Not everyone can see when someone's a walk-in. Not everyone can see when they're I don't know if glitching is the right word, as much as it's like this moving in and out of body. And she was able to see it. She has seen things before, but this one was taunting her, purposely taunting her, and for some reason, man, wanted to really get to her, like was purposely trying to get to her.
Mm-hmm.
And no one else could see. It feels like maybe two other people could see, but they weren't going to say anything.
Yeah, 'cause that's what got her.
Hmm?
She was considered crazy for it.
Yeah. And then what? She came back and was acting like, oh, she denied and said that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After she was plastered all over the internet.
So the thing that's interesting is, how can I describe what I'm experiencing with those two? Is this is a human and a being that is taunting her, messing with her. overpowering her, knowing that he can display himself loud and proud and she will never be believed. And the more that he was getting her worked up, the more he knew no one would believe her, because it took the focus off of him and now the focus is on her. And he knew that energetically that manipulation was continuing and that he had the upper hand and was going to continue to do it. The thing is there was no connection to her. There was he didn't care about her. It was just this moment of glee he got from manipulating and controlling, because also she has this uncontrollable, she also, how do I say this? She also, before this incident, would, I want to say wasn't necessarily the nicest person, and would be rude and would taunt or not hurt, but like bully sort of people and not in a real loud, obvious way, but just sort of like, and just, where people would be like, all right, just shut her up. And so he was sort of watching this and was like, okay, I can start messing with that. And that's how, and it really did shut her up, and it really did actually cause her to withdraw and stop a lot of her sort of bullying, negative behavior that she was carrying.
And can even affect how other people may say or not when they see something.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, sorry. I feel like the monsters are a lot, but for some reason their cloaking didn't work this time. At first, I didn't even realize people could see them. Yeah, I agree with that. What it feels like to me when we're talking about if there's a connection between the mall incident and the Vegas incident. The Vegas was the young man talking about what happened in their backyard. I mean, that was really for those of you that haven't seen it, just type in the Vegas, ETs or aliens, because the policeman there said to them very, very clearly, he saw that thing drop. He heard it. Obviously, like, there's really no denying the situation. And I think it's in one of this kid's videos, he shows that the ring that the UFO, when it crashed, the ring that it left. And so it's just like boom, boom, boom. It was so obvious. That one, though, was obviously Crash, obviously a very scared creature, being that pulled back, did not want to be there, did not want to be seen, was scared to be caught. I'm even feeling him saying, it's almost like a parent saying to him, don't get too close because these people will capture you. Not those people specific, but humans. And that's where his fear came from, of being captured. But he was able to get out, obviously. He was lifted, like airlifted out. And the UFO, it's like it disintegrated. It's so fascinating just when you see these things, because you're in such we live in such a dense planet, so when you can see something happen like that, you think it can't be real, but the UFO disintegrated on impact, and I think it was designed to do that, so that it wouldn't be captured, especially by humans. And this poor little, not little, I mean, he was 9 feet tall, but was very scared, but was airlifted out. There was a Mayday call that went out before, and this kid also mentioned they heard like a scream, like a guttural scream, and that was the fear, you know, like if a human was in that situation. I'm just grateful that the being got out, was not captured, is safe. So now what I was going to say is that being feels like adjacent to the beings that were in the mall. So like adjacent meaning like a cousin. There's a relation, but it's like a cousin. And the Vegas beings are sort of down here as far as like mid to higher vibration, and the Miami Mall beings are definitely like higher vibration, but higher, but it doesn't feel like a mistake. Hold on, what did Violet say? The monster was ETs that are there a lot. Yeah, because this, I'm not feeling it as a mistake as much as can you guys hear my dogs?
Yeah, but I love that Larry's just sitting there.
For some reason, I can't really connect to them right now, but they are higher vibration, but they're very stern and very almost militaristic, and so there's not necessarily, I mean, I'm not going to say there's not compassion there, but they're very focused on the job, the task at hand. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, because you can feel that they were, this wasn't their first time here. Like Violet said that, I think, like they've been here before. This wasn't, you know, it was like a, how do you say this? Like, this wasn't new for them. This wasn't a whoopsie. This wasn't a, it was just more like, okay, well, that happened. Maybe let's not do that again. But very familiar with Earth. Very familiar with Earth. So what's recon?
Basically going in and checking something out. If you wanted to make a move in the future, some mission, you're just kind of getting familiar with the surroundings, preparing.
Yeah, I would say more so something like that. I would agree with that. Yeah. I'm not, I think I'm being, I think we are also being withheld from too much information. Let's just say they have, this was not a mistake. So big difference, right, between Vegas and these guys. Mm-hmm. Vegas was a big mistake. This was not a mistake. This was just, I think the way Violet said it made the most sense. They were showing a type of hologram as an experiment. Did I say that?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
But I don't think we ever read the Miami Mall.
You may have talked about it. We didn't specifically read it, I don't think.
Dang it, I'm late. Ceci, sit in the corner. 10 minutes. Kendra, did I read this? And if I did, what did I say?
I know we've never done it in depth.
But that sounds also, they were showing a type of hologram as an experiment. Yeah. First off, that sounds familiar. And second, that feels very accurate. Mm-hmm. And sounds familiar means maybe I said it, maybe someone else said it, and I'm remembering. It was a short conversation in a past. Oh, I was like, now it's a past life? You remember a conversation with me in a past life? Okay, thank you for remembering. Yes, that is a great way to describe it, Maryam. that makes sense. Yes.
Says he said it too. Yeah.
Okay, obviously you guys know, unless I'm telling the future right now. Which honestly, at this point, with our Patreon family, anything is possible.
Right.
You need to have a conversation with a regular person who did not show fear towards them. No. And that's where I was sort of torn on how to describe them, because there's sort of an elitist to them. You know, it's sort of like, you know, any celebrity that you can think of, right? That would they be willing to have a conversation with a crowd full, like pull one person out, unless they were doing it for a photo op or for a specific reason? Probably not, right? That's the vibe I'm getting of, like, they're not really wanting to do that. They're sort of like a looking down, but not in a shitty way, but just sort of a looking down. And yes, they are technically looking down because they're massive, but also from, you know.
Well, in the context of they're aliens and we're humans, you can't really blame them too much.
They have a point.
Exactly.
Oh, God. We love those jokes. Oh. Sorry. That is what Sterling had said happened, that it was doing something with a hologram. Is Sterling's another psychic, I take it? And that it was a hoax. Who's Sterling? And are you saying Sterling said it was a hoax? Oh, like the government did the holograms. Oh, that I did not say. No. Definitely not government. Hi, Christina. Okay, so to clarify, not government.
Sterling is a medium. Okay.
Sterling's a medium. Got it. Okay. Oh, Evan, I like your picture.
Yep.
That's cool. Okay, I was confused. That's okay. Not government, hologram, yes. Like they're showing themselves holographically. Is that a word?
Yeah.
So that is a fair statement to make. So I agree with Sterling. Yes. And definitely ET related. Yeah. So all three were ET related. It's just the thing that's weird about the woman in the plane, not weird, I guess that feels so different, is because it's a walk-in and it's like changing how it physically looks right in front of her. That's versus these guys walk in looking how they are, you know? And so so it's a different experience.
Yeah. Yeah, like a shapeshifter. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And that would be your reaction.
Yeah, totally. But it also felt very, you know, even though I'm not familiar with, but vampire-esque. It also felt like something like that, you know, like, so it was ET, yes, but it felt also very much like a vampire energy to me too, which makes it, because there's something about the energy that's very solid and dark and big in the physical. When I saw the video of her, I think everyone believed her, you know. I mean, everyone, but we did. Super creepy. Agreed. All right, Harlow, what are we talking about this next hour over on Patreon? Oh, by the way, if you guys want to check out our Patreon, here we go. 7-day free trial. You can watch all of our stuff if you binge and don't go to work for 7 days.
We're talking about La Llorona, and we're talking about, in keeping with aliens, we're keeping about skulls that were found in Paracas in Peru quite some time ago, and they're elongated, and there's a lot of discussion whether or not that's done by binding when they're young or if they're actually alien related. And there's been a lot of tests with the DNA, so it's still kind of up for debate.
And La Llorona has always been up for debate, right?
It's a very old legend. Hispanic, Mexican, it's Latin America. There's so many different variations of it, but a basic story.
Mm-hmm. All right, you guys. So if you have questions you'd like to submit for the Q&A, just email. And remember, those that are on Patreon, you get your one free question every month. Email or DM in Patreon, either way. Fun conversation tonight, you guys. We'll see you at 7 o'clock. So in 15 minutes, we'll see you on Patreon for all this other exciting stuff. Okay, everybody, have a good night.
Night.